So this JPEG right here, it's probably worth more than your house. But the secret to how it's made, well, that's even crazier. We are going to build a potential multi-million-dollar NFT collection from absolute scratch right now, and you're going to see every single step.
Yeah, $400,000. And that's the floor price, the absolute cheapest you can get one of these CryptoPunks. But here's the thing you have to understand. It's not really the art that's valuable. It's the invisible tech humming away behind it. And, that same technology is about to change pretty much everything you think you own.
So what is this stuff? It's called a non-fungible token, or NFT. Now that sounds super complicated, but all it really means is one of a kind. Think about it like this. A dollar bill is fungible. I can trade my dollar for your dollar. Who cares? They're the same. But an original Picasso painting? Nope, that's non-fungible. An NFT is basically just a digital proof of ownership for a one-of-a-kind item, like a digital Picasso, that literally no one can copy or fake.
And here's where it gets really interesting. These digital deeds, they don't just live on some Google or Amazon server. They live on something called the blockchain. Now, instead of one single company holding all the keys, the power is spread out across thousands and thousands of computers, all owned by people like us. It's like a digital fortress, which honestly makes it the most secure way to prove you own something, period. Okay, so here's the game plan for today. We're going to look at those million-dollar JPEGs, then we'll build our very own digital art factory. I'll show you how to mint everything without a single line of code, and then how to get it from your wallet to a marketplace. But you absolutely have to stick around for the end, because the real secret of NFTs, it has almost nothing to do with digital art.
All right, first things first, the digital art factory. You ever wonder how projects like the Bored Ape Yacht Club cranked out 10,000 completely unique images? I mean, they didn't hire a whole army of artists, right? No way. They used a super clever trick, and it's something you could literally do in the next 10 minutes. The whole secret, believe it or not, is layers. It's a technique called generative art. See, you don't actually draw 10,000 different cats. That would be insane. Instead, you draw one base character, and then you create hundreds of different traits as separate layers. Different eyes, cool hats, funky backgrounds. Then, a simple program acts like an assembly line, mixing and matching all those layers to build thousands of unique combinations for you.
And here's the part that just blows my mind. You don't need to be a coder to do this. There are these amazing tools out there, like the Hashlips Art Engine, that do all the heavy lifting for you. And it's totally free. You literally just drop your art files into different folders, tweak a simple configuration file, and hit run. Maybe an hour later, boom, 10,000 unique pieces of art, all generated and ready to go.
But wait, this is how you create real value. You can actually control how rare certain traits are. Just by changing the file name, you can make sunglasses super common, but laser eyes almost impossible to find. This right here is what fuels the hype machine. It's that hunt for the ultra rare, the grail piece. Okay, so our art collection is generated. Awesome. But now we hit the part that stops like 99% of people in their tracks. Minting. Turning these JPEG files into actual living assets on the blockchain. This used to require hiring a really expensive coder, but not anymore.
Yeah, platforms like NFTport are, for real, the ultimate cheat code for creators. They've basically built a bridge for the rest of us normal people. What used to be weeks and weeks of painful, expensive coding is now something you can do with a few clicks. They handle all that ridiculously complex backend stuff for you.
So how do they do it? Well, they use something called a smart contract. The easiest way to think of this is like a robot manager for your collection. It's a piece of code that lives on the blockchain, and it enforces all the rules automatically. It knows who owns what, it handles every sale, and the best part is, it can't be tricked, it can't be bribed, and it can't be shut down.
I'm not kidding. The whole process is literally 4 steps. You get a key from their website, you use their tool to deploy the contract, you upload your art, and then you run one final command. And that's it. You've just turned a simple folder of pictures into permanent, traceable, sellable assets on the blockchain. It's wild.
So at this very moment, you are officially an NFT creator. These assets now exist forever on the blockchain, and your personal crypto wallet holds the only keys to them. So what's next? Let's get paid. And this part feels like actual magic. The moment you go to a marketplace, say OpenSea, and connect your wallet, something amazing happens. This site automatically scans the blockchain, sees that you're the owner of this new collection, and your items just appear, like poof, they're there.
Selling is somehow even easier.
You just click on the item you want to sell, hit the list button, punch in your price, and approve the transaction in your wallet. And just like that, it's for sale to the entire world. By the way, if you're getting some value out of this blueprint, do me a favor and tap that subscribe button. It's a super simple way to let me know you want more guides just like this one.
Okay, everybody hang on because this is where the story gets really crazy. This whole technology, it was never really just about cartoon animals and pixel art. I mean, that was just the test run. The real revolution is using this unbreakable proof of ownership for pretty much everything else in the real world.
I love this quote from Daniel, the co-founder of TradePort. He said, "We can bring everything from the real world that has data stored somewhere. We can represent those assets as NFTs." Let that sink in. We're not just digitizing JPEGs anymore. We're talking about tokenizing the entire world.
So what does that future actually look like? Well, think about it. Imagine real estate deeds that are impossible to forge, or concert tickets that make scalping completely obsolete. How about university diplomas that any employer can verify instantly anywhere in the world? See, this isn't just about collecting things. This is about building a world with a universal, undeniable source of truth for who owns what.
So there you have it. We've gone from a single pixel to a global marketplace. The complete blueprint is now in your hands. This technology literally gives you the power to create a secure, digital version of almost anything you can think of. So my only question for you is, what are you going to build? What real-world problem will you be the first to solve with it?